Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Total Football Talk. So today we're going to have a quick look at the latest news coming out of Old Trafford surrounding Manchester United, the never-ending story. Because there's always a story. We're still in the middle of we're coming towards the middle of the transfer window, and things are absolutely hope. Nothing's happened yet, which is really frustrating. We haven't sold, we haven't bought. But there is news of one player potentially doing the medical today, and we'll get into that a little bit later. And we will also look at all the headlines that are coming out. And we're going to jump straight into it. First and foremost, Marcus Rashford is the talk of the town. He's literally everywhere, and we're trying to figure out where he's going to go. The latest news is that he wants to go to Barcelona. Barcelona are interested in Marcus Rashford. Can this deal be done, I suppose, is the main question. I've asked this before, and it looks like the Danny Olmo deal, it looks like he has been registered now for the rest of the season, which maybe leads it into that there's good news for Marcus Rashford, because if they've managed to do that deal, they've obviously found a way to get the money. Now, there was a story coming out, and it was kind of circulating around the internet, that they have sold the rights to their corporate boxes for something like 100 million. Now, I'm not entirely sure whether this is true, but if it is true, and this is how they're making their money, I mean, Barcelona have essentially sold their soul to the devil, pulling levers, selling, they pull levers to try and make money to keep the club going, selling so they've sold the rights to their footage, a certain percentage of the rights, of the TV rights, they've sold them off. And now if they're selling corporate boxes for 100 million, I mean, God knows what else they're going to try and sell, where they're digging deep under those sofas to find those pennies. But Marcus Rashford wants to go to Barcelona. Let's see if he can actually make this happen. See if Manchester United can make this happen. But that's not so obviously Marcus Rashford is the big topic. Is he going to go Barcelona? Is he going to go to AC Milan? AC Milan are still really keen. They want to do the deal. They still believe that he will work for them. If it was you and you were looking and you were Marcus Rashford, what would you want to do? Where would you want to go? Please let me know in the comments what you think. Marcus Rashford to AC Milan, Marcus Rashford to Barcelona. We know that Dortmund are still interested. We know that Napoli are interested. We know that there have been other clubs that have been making inquiries. Now, the good thing about this is, I believe, if all these clubs are interested, this means he does have a market value, and hopefully we can get his market value will rise. I don't think it'll rise a lot, but hopefully it'll rise enough for us to potentially sell him on and make a profit, because he is an academy product. He is, pure profit, which would be absolutely amazing for the club, and hopefully we can reinvest that back into the playing squad, which is vital at this particular stage. Okay, so as I said, Barcelona are keen. We know that Napoli are also keen. Napoli have come out today, and we've heard through L'Equipe, the French outlet, that they are keen to do a swap deal with Kvaratshkheila. I can't even pronounce his name. Kava, I think is for short. They want to do a swap deal, but they want money. So they want Rashford and some money for Kvaratskheila, the Georgian player, the winger I mentioned the other day. Very good player. I think could play as the 10 on the left side of Amarin's front three. Very skillful. But the only thing I'll say about him is, I think he's got a lot of potential. He's still quite young. He was brilliant for Napoli a couple of seasons ago. Hasn't really hit the heights this season. He's not even into double figures yet for GA, but very skillful, very quick. And he does create. He is a creator, and that's something that we need. And I would be keen to see him come, but I don't know for the money whether he's going to be worth. If it is, say, 50, 60 million, yeah, maybe. Definitely wouldn't go anything above that. Anything above that, I think we're starting to look at silly money. Not that 50 to 60 million doesn't sound like it's silly money in the first place, but you can probably figure that one out. Okay, so that's the Kvaratskheila and Marcus Rashford stories. And then the other thing we're going to kind of look at is Kolo Muani. Kolo Muani is the next one. God, my names are shocking with this. Apologies. He looks like United have cooled their interest, and it's really frustrating. I think that was coming out from Fabrizio Romano. Really frustrating, because I believe that we do need a striker. We do need someone who can, he is a wee bit older than Zirkzee and Højlund. He has a bit more experience. Is he the player that we need? Is he going to drive us to that next level? Not entirely sure. Is he another body? Yes. Would he be better than a Weghorst or an Igala? I think he might be. I think he's probably in that bracket in between, which I think would work for us right now. But it looks like he is potentially. We're not gonna move on that, which I think is a little bit disappointing at this stage. Because if we just go through the rest of the season with Zirkzee and Højlund, I just think we need another player, because I don't think two strikers can see us through to the end of the season. I really don't. Especially if we stay in Europe, which I think is vital to Amarin's season. Yeah, it could be a tricky one. I would like to have a slightly more experienced striker in there, at least to help the younger ones. And as I say, I think Højlund's brilliant. He's got a world of potential, and I think he can do very, very well. Zirkzee is still, the jury's out, but I think there's talent in him. I'm just, as Marco van Basten said, did he come to the Premier League one season too early? Potentially, but that's where we are with that. So Muani potentially not going to come at this stage, which may leave us a little bit short. Maybe he's going to integrate someone from the youth, but I also believe that from reports coming out, he may leave the youth until towards the end of the season. So that's not going to help us in the current climate in this January period, when we really need someone just to help out at this stage. Okay, so the next thing we'll look at is the Kolo Muani situation. Amarin himself has said that he has a talent, but he can't guarantee Kolo Muani a starting place. And that's when I was talking previously about us looking at other midfielders. The midfielder from Italy, from Inter Milan. Oh, I can't think of his name. Frazzesi, I think it is. We've looked at Edison from Atalanta. We've looked at other midfielders that could potentially come in there and do a job. And even though Kobe is extremely talented, he's still very, very young. And I'm worried that the Glazers may look at him as another opportunity to sell and make money, and release a brilliant young prospect. He's a bit more of a prospect, actually. I suppose he's been very, very good last season. He was brilliant last season. Very, very good player. I would like to see him go. I hope they don't let him go. I think he's class, but we may just have to, frustrating. Might have to lose out in this one. He may go in the future. Maybe Chelsea. We know Chelsea are interested. We've heard that through Ben Jacobs has reported that Chelsea are interested in speaking to Kolo Muani's agent. Now we know Kobe doesn't want to leave Manchester United, and we know he's looking for a new deal. So obviously Ahmed just signed his new deal, and Kobe will probably be looking for something in and around the same, or maybe potentially more, having come through the academy and having worked his way up through the system. But that one is, that'll unfold, I'm sure, very, very quickly, and we'll see what happens from that soon enough. And the other little bit is, apparently Zirkzee wants to stay. Zirkzee wants to stay and fight for his place in this squad, and he doesn't want to leave. And I think it's only right. I think we've only had him for 6 months. He's found it very, very difficult in the first 6 months. Yes, he has scored a few goals, which at least that keeps the monkey off the back, because if he hadn't scored anything, oh my God, I can't imagine the way the press would have went in on him. The English press are, they build you up and they smash you down, and they're happy to do that and they love it. But Zirkzee is a player he's got potential, but it's kind of, is he quick enough? Will he be able to adapt and adjust to the Premier League between now and June? Because I think if he gets to June and we're still in the same situation, I believe that Manchester United will kind of reassess, and then maybe he will move on. Maybe he will go to Juventus. Whether it's a swap deal or whether it's whether he's sold on. Surely, if we can get enough out of him between now and then, and we do a deal, we can get some money back for him. Hopefully, we can recoup most of the money that we actually got for him, because one average season in the Premier League does not make you a bad player overnight. So I believe that there is interest in Italy, and hopefully he can make it. And whether he goes to Italy or not and stays, as long as he gives his best for Manchester United, scores some goals, keeps us rising up that league, it'll be very, very helpful to us. We'll reassess that one in the summer. And the only other little bit of news that was coming out today was there's a medical plan apparently for the Paraguayan left back that we bought. His name just eludes me now. LeBron, James. Leon, the young kid from Paraguay, 17-year-old, I believe he's doing his medical today. So that will potentially be the first announcement that could come out later today from Manchester United after he signs his contracts and the medical's done. Obviously not the news that we want. He's one for the future, which is great. Great that we are building for the future, but I don't think he's the one that we need right Now, I mean, maybe he is the one we need right now. He can't play on the left, and maybe they will throw him in. But I believe he's going to go back to Paraguay, and he's going to spend the rest of the season there, and that's going to be pretty much it. And he'll come back, and he'll join us in the summer tour and take it from there. The last little bit is, where do we think we play Arsenal tomorrow in the FA Cup? How you guys feeling? Do you feel that we can go out there and we can get a win? I believe that, I have no idea actually. I want to believe that we can, but we've done this before. Beat City, lost a load of games, drew with Liverpool in a very, very good result, almost won it, probably maybe should have nicked it. And Arsenal's the next game. Now, the only difference in all those previous games and this game is Ruben Abrams had a week to train with these players, another week. So he's had 2 full weeks with them. I'm hoping he's been able to install his vision and being able to get these players and make them work hard and get them in so they're in the right shape and they understand what he wants, and his drive will hopefully filter through the team, and they'll go out there tomorrow, they'll put in another performance like they did against Liverpool, and if they do, everything's possible apart from the goalkeeper. Bayinda is going to play tomorrow, which I am not happy about. I think that's a concern. He flaps on crosses. He's got to stand up tomorrow because Arsenal, Stoke FC, call you what they want, call them what you want. They're gonna make it difficult for him. So God, please God, there's not too many corners. Hopefully we can fight like we did in the Liverpool game. Hopefully we've got the energy, and hopefully we can knock them out of the cup. Okay, that's great, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please give me a like, subscribe, and share if you're enjoying the content. And yeah, great to see those numbers rise. Really, really appreciate everyone who's watching the material. Okay, I'm Keith. Thanks very much, and I'll catch you on the next one.